Hello, I'm going to be looking about how effective our combination of video and ancillary products were. We're going to be looking at three aspects to answer this question. Firstly, how they appealed to our specific audience. Secondly, representation within the products. And thirdly, links within the products. So, how did we appeal to our audience? Well, firstly, we found out about our specific audience in order to appeal to them using YouGov. We found out that Mac DeMarco fans, the artist of our video, were non-specific to gender or class. However, we established that the primary age audience was 25 to 39 and the secondary was 18 to 24, who were both very big fans of Mac DeMarco. Using SurveyMonkey, we found out more about our target audience. We found that Mac DeMarco fans enjoy watching pop and 80s genre music videos most, and we used this to appeal to them. For example, we took inspiration from George Michael, heartbreaky, over-the-top music videos, which influenced our narrative of a heartbreak. And also in terms of 80s genre characteristics, we applied an old school VHS effect to our flashbacks, which not only distinguished them, but would appeal to fans of 80s genre music videos. We also found out that Mac DeMarco fans believe originality to be the most important aspect of music videos. So to appeal to that, we picked an unusual theme, a Freemason theme, to go alongside the more common poppy romance theme. We achieved this theme through narrative primarily, but also a lot of work on mise-en-scène. For example, the costume of our Freemason character, which was bought specially, and props such as a Freemason ring and other mysterious items. This linked up well with the song's meaning, which is actually genuinely inspired by Freemasonry. Chamber Reflection, the title, referring to the chamber in the introduction process to the Brotherhood, which is what our video was, of course, focused on. We linked this in beyond the video using sketches in the digipack, which were of similar Freemason-related items, like the ring again, and the photography, of course, which continued the narrative theme from the video. If you look at audience theory, you can see more how we were able to appeal to the audience. It teaches that audiences are active in using text and playing with meanings for uses of escapism, which the unusual theme comes in useful for, because one of the best ways of escapism is in an abstract, obscure theme, and also emotional satisfaction, or comparing feelings in your own life to ones on screen. In Maslow's hierarchy of needs, he highlights love and belonging as one of the most important needs, and to appeal to our audience's need for emotional satisfaction, there is quite an emotional aspect in terms of the need to belong, as the main character is suffering because it's come out of a relationship and perhaps is looking for somewhere to belong, and is maybe looking to Freemasonry as somewhere he can belong. And in that way, the audience will experience maybe emotional satisfaction in an abstract way, and this might make the video appeal to them. We also appealed to our relatively young target audiences using the theme of romance, because this is something quite present and significant in your life when you're younger, and therefore that as a subject topic appeals to the age group, but also the obscurity of themes younger people are often interested in, especially Mac DeMarco fans, as he is one who likes to go for very unusual themes, as shown in both the topic of the song and the result of the survey, finding that Mac DeMarco fans see originality as important. So in all these ways, I believe we very successfully appealed to our target audience. Now we'll be looking at how we effectively represented people within our products. Well, in terms of Mac DeMarco, our artist, I can look at Richard Dyer's star theory of how a star should be represented. First, he said that they should be represented as a commodity, so a label might manage them in formats that they know will make money. However, we didn't particularly do this, but I don't think this is a problem, because neither does Mac DeMarco. He isn't managed by a label, he's quite an indie artist. He has his own label, and he doesn't let the money side of things alter his artistic image. So, although I'm not saying he doesn't have an image which he knows is successful, but this isn't necessarily the ways that the industry knows works. He's maybe made his own way. The second way, Dyer says they should be represented, and the third way is as an ideology, but also as a construction of the star. And this ideology or iconography of him, of Mac DeMarco as an individual person, which people definitely do idolise, is as a bizarre, interesting character. You know, he's unusual, and we represent this well with our unusual theme and our unusual special effects, which is something that links in terms of intertextuality to his other videos, and also the sketches we use in our digipack and in our advert, the photographs, all link that unusual theme. The sketches particularly represent him well because they were inspired by the sketches featured in his album cover from his latest album. He also represents a very romantic ideology and character. A lot of his songs are about romance, and by having a romantic theme in our the narrative of our video, we are representing him as an artist in that way. We also represent him well as an icon by he would have been. It was us because obviously we don't have access to Mac DeMarco, but it would have been him in the video acting, and also in the photos on the digipack and album advert. Because he's present on all three, this really establishes and develops and uses him as an icon to appeal to those audiences. Finally, Richard Dyer says they must be represented in a way of a paradox between being ordinary and relating to the audience, but also extraordinary in a way that they look up to him. He must be present so they feel they're connecting with him, but at the same time absent, so again they idolise him and look up to him. And I think we also effectively represented him in this way. In terms of being present and ordinary, he is represented as dealing with heartbreak and emotion felt by everybody. Everyone experiences romantic ups and downs, and especially this works with our target age group, a relatively young group who at that stage of your life, especially a secondary group, 18 to 24, it's a huge part of your life, and in that way we are representing him as an ordinary and present person. But also the fact that we feature him on all 3 products makes him present in his personal style, which is an element of familiarity, which makes the audience, well, it appeals to the audience because things that they relate to Mark in terms of the sketches I mentioned earlier and his personality as a star. And it's not just Mac DeMarco as a star we were representing, we're also representing in terms of characters, even though it would have been played by Mac DeMarco, we are representing a young male as the main character. And we did this in an effective way as well, by representing them as people who have that need to belong, to feel like they belong to something, which I mentioned earlier when I was talking about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And we represented that feeling, and that is something that relates to people of that age group, because everyone feels like they need to belong to something. Finally, we're going to be looking at how effectively we linked our video and ancillary products. Well, they had a lot of similarities. For example, the Freemason theme, that was continued throughout all 3 products by using the same 2 characters, and these characters were represented as continuous with wearing the same costumes in the photos as they did in the video, and also between the digipack and the advert they were in the same location because it was pictures from the same shoot, which was outside a Masonic hall, and the video was set within a Masonic hall, so there is that connection even though it's not direct. Also the similarities were Mac DeMarco's, or would be Mac DeMarco's, representation in all 3 products. That's another similarity and link between them all. He was present in either the photos or the videos, and his style was present in all 3, be it the unusual nature of them, or for example the sketches I mentioned earlier, which were present in the digipack. The font type and the colour of the font. The colour was continuous. It was the same colour as the door into the Freemason Hall, and that was the same colour and font between the digipack and the album advert. But also in terms of media convergence and synergy, we were able to link up the products. We used social media. In terms of internet, we used social media in terms of Blogger and Instagram. On Blogger we gave updates on all 3 products, which connected them to those who followed on Blogger. In Instagram we gave more brief updates but with pictures, which is a way to appeal to our young secondary audience, whereas Blogger might appeal to our slightly older 25 to 39 audience. And again on Instagram, all 3 products were featured and shown how similar they were. We got surveys out on there to get people interested in the making of the video and showcasing the products. And when we posted the products, we did them at the same time, the finished products, to make sure they're all connected, as if on a release date of some kind, if like an official. Just linked them together, and although it was just a link to the video and a screenshot of it, which was put on the product on Instagram, the digipack and the poster worked as a way of tempting followers on Instagram into watching the video. The unusual theme and the Mac influences in the design of them would draw Mac DeMarco fans in. Also on the internet, there's also print, which would have been the album advert, which would have been placed in very visible places, and tried to be put in magazines and things like that, along with the digipack itself, which would have been seen in stores, and all that would have caught the eye. They're very eye-catching pieces, and they would have caught the eye of the audience and made them want to watch the video. Also, we would have used television to show the video, to get it out to as many people as possible, as well as obviously putting the video on YouTube, which we did, as that possibly reaches a lot more people in this day and age. Thanks very much for listening. I hope I've managed to show you that the combination of our video and our ancillary products was very effective in appealing, in representing, and linking together the three products.